Boys and girls, I have another story for you to read today. But I want to leave you in on a little secret. I could not do this alone. I have a special cameraman, my husband Bob. He's the one that does the recording of our story, so you can thank him too. Our story today is Ronnie Wilson's Gift by Frances Chan, and it has to do with gifts. And when we think of gifts, when do we think of? Christmas, birthdays, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Well, this story is not giving gifts on any of those days. It has another idea of how to give a gift. So let's see what those gifts are. Our book is Ronnie Wilson's Gift by Frances Chan. Little Ronnie Wilson's jaw dropped in amazement. It was the first time he had heard the real reason that Jesus came to earth such a long time ago. He did that for us? That's amazing! Then an exciting idea popped into Ronnie's mind. Jesus gave me an awesome gift, so I want to present him with a gift too. When Ronnie got home, he tried to think of the perfect gift to give to Jesus. His teddy bear was old and falling apart. His piggy bank only had $6.47 in it. Then Ronnie saw his baseball glove up on his top shelf. It was signed by his Uncle Jack, a player in the big leagues. Ronnie loved this glove more than anything else that he owned. He thought to himself, Jesus gave me the greatest gift of all, so I want to give him the greatest gift I can. So Ronnie grabbed his glove and on his bike, he pedaled off to the post office. How much will it cost to mail this to heaven? I only have $6.47, Ronnie explained. The mailman answered, I'm sorry, Ronnie, but we can't deliver mail to heaven. We have no way to get it there. Oh, thanks anyway, Ronnie said as he walked out the door. Ronnie rode on his bike, thinking of different ways to get his baseball glove to Jesus, when he nearly ran into a man dwelling down on the sidewalk. Sorry, sir. Oh, that's okay, son. The man half smiled a little bit, and Ronnie heard his tummy growl. Have you had lunch yet? Ronnie asked the man. The man shook his head, and Ronnie thought that maybe he didn't have enough money to buy lunch. So Ronnie shook his piggy bank until all the coins fell out. Ronnie gave the money to the man, who used it to buy a hot dog with all the works. Later, Ronnie went out to the backyard to jump on his trampoline. He jumped so high as he could. In fact, he jumped so high that his next-door neighbor, Jessie, saw him. What are you doing? Jessie asked. I'm trying to jump so high to heaven so I can give my baseball glove to Jesus. Oh, do you want to jump with me? Ronnie asked. Jesse said, sure. And Jesse and Ronnie didn't jump high enough to make it to heaven, but they had a good time trying. At the carnival the next day, Ronnie bought a giant balloon with the rest of his money. Then he tied his baseball glove to the balloon and he wrote a note to Jesus. It says, thank you, Jesus. I hope you enjoy my baseball glove. And just as he was about to let his balloon fly into the air, he heard a little girl crying, Mommy, my balloon! Ronnie didn't like that a little girl was so sad, so he gave his balloon to her. But now he had no way to get his gift to Jesus. Ronnie prayed, Jesus, I'm so sorry I couldn't get your present to you. I tried my hardest. Thank you anyway. That night, Ronnie had the strangest dream. He was in heaven, and Jesus said to him, thank you for the present, Ronnie. What present? Well, thanks for the balloon when I was sad, and thanks for jumping on the trampoline with me when I was lonely, and thanks for the hot dog when I was hungry. What do you mean? Asked Ronnie. Jesus don't you remember I wrote it in the Bible? Whatever you do for the least of these of mine, you do for me. Billy is the man you saw near the post office. He lost everything in a fire except his faith. He had just prayed for food, and I used you to answer his prayer. Your neighbor Jesse loves Jesus too, but he was lonely, and I used you to be a friend to him. And the little girl that lost her balloon, her name is Rachel. Her dad works hard but he doesn't have a lot of money. So I loved it when you gave your balloon to her. They are all my children. And when you give a gift to one of my children in need, it's the same as giving to me. So thanks, Ronnie. Just then, Ronnie woke up. It was the happiest dream he had ever had, and he wore a huge smile across his face. Now he knew exactly what he was going to do. Later that day, Ronnie went to play in the park with his friend Keith. Keith had always wanted to play baseball, but he didn't have a glove. So that afternoon, Ronnie gave him a surprise present, and Keith had never been so excited. As Ronnie knelt by his bed that night, he looked up to heaven and he whispered, Jesus, I hope you enjoy your baseball glove. And the king will answer them, truly I say to you, what you did for the least of my brothers, you did for me. So, boys and girls, there's different ways to give gifts. Ronnie's way was he gave some time to Jesse, and he used his money for the little girl and for buying food for the man who needed it. So let's think of ways that you can give gifts. Especially during this time when we have this stay at home. How about if you ask Mom and Dad if there's anything that they need done? Did you happen to notice how clean Ronnie's room was? Maybe cleaning your room is going to be a great gift for your mom and dad. And to keep it that way would be another great gift. How about, I bet you all know how to draw pictures. There might be someone that's lonely or sick that would like to have a beautiful picture sent in the mail to them. Hey, grandparents really like drawings and pictures from their grandkids. Maybe that would be a good thing, a great gift. Or you could call a friend from school. Now you can't go play, but you can call them and talk to them on the phone, and maybe even think of somebody at school that doesn't even have a friend. And that would be a person you could call. So I bet you and your family could come up with some really good ideas of giving gifts that are really, when you do the gift, you're actually doing it for Jesus. So have fun, and we hope to read some more.